If you ever wonder why some people make big money from importing while others lose money, it all boils down to one thing: the country they are importing from. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step on how to choose the best country to import from, what each country is known and best for, which one is the right one for you depending on the kind of business that you do and the budget that you have. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to be outlining how to choose the right country for you to import from. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Oluwaseun. On this page, we do everything beauty, but recently I diverted into mini importation, and I have told myself that I'm going to be teaching you everything that I learned when I went to learn mini importation. I'm not going to gatekeep anything. So I wrote some things in my notebook. I know that when I write things in my notebook, we are down for business. So without wasting too much time, let's not talk too much. Let us get right into the video. Before talking about which country is best for you to import from, we have to consider some key factors that determines what best country actually means. So the first one I want to talk about is the product price. You know, the product price really matters a lot. If the price of the products that you want to buy from that particular country is in line with what you have, I mean your budget, it is okay for you to go along with it. The second thing is the product quality. The quality also matters a lot. For people that want to go into luxury items, importing from some particular country might not actually be the right choice for them based on the quality of the product that they have. The third one is the shipping cost and speed. It is important for you to know shipping costs and how long it's going to take for those goods to get to you, to get to your home country. The other one I want to consider is the minimum order quantity. So now for some country, you can only buy in bulk, while in some other country, you can actually buy as low as one. So if you know that you're on a budget, you don't really have that much money to import, those countries that, you know, that their minimum order quantity is high might not be the best option for you. Another one I want to talk about is the ease of communication. How can you communicate with your suppliers? It is extremely important that you know how to communicate. So if the country you want to buy from does not understand the language that you speak, let's say for example English, you might actually want to just, you know, move back a little bit. Another one is risk levels, the risk of scams, delay and custom issues. If you are a risk averse person, I mean, you're someone that you don't really like taking so much risk, you have disease from some country because of the risk level of that country, which is very high. So now, after we have considered these key factors, let us talk about the countries that might be best for you to import from. The first one I want to talk about is China. This is the most popular manufacturing hub in the world. Everybody knows that China is, you know, very good at manufacturing items. And why it is dominant is because of their cheap manufacturing hub. They have massive products, different varieties of products. There are so many things that you can import from China. Another thing is the easy access on their platforms. You know, their platforms like 1688, Alibaba, Taobao, Pinduoduo, and other ones. They are best at producing fashion items. If you want to buy clothes, some clothes, I'm not talking about all clothes. If you want to buy clothes, shoes, bags, you know, China might actually be the best place for you to look at. They're also good at accessories, watches, jewelries, and all of those things. They have different suppliers. I mean, thousands of suppliers that produces all these items. Another thing is gadgets and electronics. They are really good at producing like handsets, mobile phones, home appliances, and all of those things. Another thing is beauty tools like makeup products and skincare products. Now, let me talk about the advantages of importing from China. They have low prices. I mean, the profit margin is very high. When you buy some products at in China, you can actually buy as low, like I mean, very low. And when you take it to your country, you can sell them as much as you like, giving you very high profit margin. Another thing is thousands of suppliers. It gives competitive prices. So they have, you know, plenty suppliers. So if one supplier is selling at price A, another supplier is selling at price B, so you have competitive prices. Another thing is, it is very good, it's suitable for everybody. If you're a small buyer, if you're a bulk buyer, you want to scale your business, you're just starting, China is actually the best place for you. Now let's talk about the disadvantages of importing from China. Importing from China, quality can vary. I spoke about product quality the other time. Quality can actually not be stable. So if you buy a particular bag from a supplier now, the next supplier you might be buying from, even that same supplier, you might be buying at very substandard quality. So, the quality is not really stable. There are risk of fake suppliers. We also spoke about risk levels. If you're a beginner, you can fall into the hands of a fake supplier if you're not careful. Do you understand? Another thing is the communication barrier. We all know that China, they speak Chinese. Their dominant language is Chinese. So if you are not ready to go through all those stress of interpreting or translating and all of those things, China might not be the best place for it. So let me give you a tip. If you are a beginner and you want to order from China, please, I will advise that you buy in very, very small quantity, or you buy in samples, so that when next you are buying, you know that, okay, if I want to order bulk, I have already tested this market. I know that this is what it goes for. And this is where some beginners make mistake. They went because of the cheap price, they go ahead and buy in bulk, and at the end of the day, they run at a loss. So if you want to buy from China, it is advisable that you buy in samples first and then you order bulk after you've already tested the market. Second country I want to talk about is Turkey. Turkey is known for premium fashion. We all know that high quality fabrics, they sell very, very high quality clothes. When you buy a Turkey wear, you will know that this cloth is not from China. This cloth is Turkey. Do you understand? So they are very, very good at fashion wears like dresses, two-piece outfits, and all sorts. They're also good at luxury style fashion. If you are thinking of building a fashion brand that sells luxury, Turkey might actually be the best place for you. Not looking at China. We already spoke about China and why China is best for some business. But if you are looking at building a luxury fashion brand, Turkey might be the best place for you. Why? Because they have a better finishing than China. If we look at a cloth that is produced in Turkey and we look at a cloth that is produced in China, of course, we should be able to differentiate between both of them. When you look at the finishing, when you look at the material of the clothes. So they have better finishing than China. They also have unique design that are less saturated than China. When you see China wears, you see a lot of people wearing it because of its cheap price and all that. But when you see a Turkey wear, you know that this is a standard clothes. This is a cloth that is not saturated. Also, they have very high perceived value. You can sell higher because of the quality. When you see a Turkey wear, you will know that this cloth is expensive. It has a perceived higher value. Now let's talk about the disadvantage. It is more expensive than China, of course. When it is of quality, of good quality, it has to be more expensive. There are fewer suppliers than China. In Turkey, there are fewer suppliers. Also, there is a higher shipping cost. In another video, I'm going to be talking about how to import from all these countries. How to import from China, how to import from Turkey, how to import from other countries that I'll be talking about. So if you want to build a fashion brand, a big fashion brand, Turkey is the best place for you to look at. Now, the third country I want to talk about is Bangladesh. Are you surprised? Yes, Bangladesh is like the second to China in manufacturing cheap clothing items. Bangladesh manufactures very, very good clothes items and they are very, very cheap. Now, what are they best for? They are best at producing t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, and bulk clothing production. So if you're looking at a business of denims, business of t-shirts, business of hoodies, then Bangladesh is a place that you can consider. Now, let me tell you the advantage of importing from Bangladesh. Number one is a low production cost. They are very cheap. They have very cheap clothing items. When you're buying from Bangladesh, you know that this clothes they are going to be cheap. The second thing is the good quality for bulk orders. They have very good quality. Forget about the fact that they are cheap. Yes, they might be cheap, but they have very, very fantastic quality. If you import from Bangladesh, you are not going to regret it. Another thing is that they are trusted by global brands. Everybody knows that Bangladesh, they are trusted people. I'm not saying that there are no scams there. Of course, there have to be scams there as well, but they are trusted by global people. Another thing I want to talk about is the disadvantage, the cons of importing from Bangladesh. The first one is it requires large MOQs. Yes, in Bangladesh, you can't buy 1 or 2 or 5 or 10. Sometimes you have to buy like 300 pieces of a particular cloth that you want to buy. Yes, it is as high as that. Another thing is it is not good for small beginners because of the high, MOQ. If you don't have that money, Bangladesh is not the right place for you. Another thing is they have very few easy to use platforms, unlike China where you can access AliExpress, Alibaba, 1688 and all of those things easily. In Bangladesh, they don't even have an app that you can access them from. I'm just going to be teaching you how to import from Bangladesh in my other video. So, pro tip, this is my own pro tip. If you are looking to scale, you already have the business, you just want to scale it up, you just want to expand, Bangladesh, don't sleep on it. It is a very, very good place for you to import from. Another country we are going to talk about is Vietnam. Yeah, the almighty Vietnam. Yes, Vietnam is known for very good quality and they produce hair. Of course, Vietnamese hair, Vietnamese bone straight and all of those things. They also produce fabrics too. So what are they best for? They are best for hair production, clothing, footwear like sneakers and sandals and all of those things. This is the advantage of importing from Vietnam. They have high quality production. Of course, from their bone straight, you should know that they have very quality production. They produce very, very good quality, items, hairs, clothes, shoes, and all of those things. They have reliable production. You can rely on them for the quality of the item that they produce. Also, they have less risk of fake suppliers. Please, it's myself and my baby that are going to be doing this video. Less, fake suppliers. And what are the cons of importing from Vietnam? It is more expensive, of course. Vietnamese hairs and items are very expensive. Another thing is, it is harder to find a supplier as a beginner. If you don't know your way around it or you don't know anybody to put you through, it is very, very hard to find a supplier in Vietnam. Another thing is the limited platforms. Unlike China that you can find and all of those things, in Vietnam, they don't even have all those platforms that beginners can access. So these are the countries that I'll be mentioning for now. And in my other video, like I said, I will be teaching you how to import from these countries that I have mentioned. I think I mentioned like 3 or 4. Is it 3 or 4? So I'll be teaching you how to import, especially from Bangladesh and Vietnam. Okay, 4: Vietnam, Turkey, Bangladesh, and China. So let me tell you how to choose the right country for your business. Now, number 1 is based on budget. If you have a budget of 30,000 to 150,000, China is your best place. 150 to 500,000, you should be looking between China or Bangladesh. And if you have about 500,000 upwards, you should be looking at Bangladesh, Turkey, or Vietnam. You get? So that's based on budget. And based on business goals, if you are looking for a quick profit and fast sales, go to China, because low products, higher profit margin. Also, if you're looking to build a fashion brand, a quality fashion brand, a luxury fashion brand, Turkey is the place that you should look at. If you are looking for, mass production, you want to upscale your business, let's go to Bangladesh. Bangladesh is the right place for you. Also, if you are looking at balanced quality and price, you should be looking at Vietnam. So the country that you import from is not just a choice, it is a strategy. And if you get it right, your business is not only going to become profitable, it is also going to become sustainable. So know the right country for you to import from, and you are not going to regret it. I've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also turn on your post notification so that you can know when I drop very new and fresh videos. So in my next video, I'll see you. Thank you so much. Bye. Mama, say bye bye. Say bye bye.